See, in the earlier class, we were discussing about that Smith chart, Z by Smith chart, and we saw how to do marking over the Smith chart. That we were discussing how to mark the impedance over the Smith chart. Okay, so any given impedance, given it is a combination of four different type of circles. Okay, as we were discussed, and we can mark the impedance as well as admittance also on this Smith chart. And we were studying how to mark impedance, given impedance on the Smith chart. Okay, so that any impedance, for example, like this is a impedance. Okay, this impedance you can mark over the Smith chart. So before marking, what we have to do, we should normalize this impedance by characteristic impedance. This is a characteristic impedance means transmission line. Every transmission line has a unique characteristic impedance, is or not? So we have to divide this by this value. You will be getting this normalized 1.4 plus j 0.6. Okay, so this we can mark over the Smith chart. It appears as a point. Okay, so I have marked that here. This is a point here. I already told you how to do that in the earlier class also. So it is a intersection of 1.4 resistance circle and plus zero point 0.6 reactance circle. 0.6 is a reactance and 1.4 is the resistance. So it is a intersection of 1.4 resistance circle and 0.6 reactance circle. So we should take 1.4 resistance circle. See here, resistance numbers are written here. Resistance values. This is a horizontal line here. Okay, this horizontal line above numbers are there. These are the numbers. Above are the numbers. 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6. Okay, 4. These are the numbers here. Okay, so these numbers are associated with the resistance circles. Okay, so you can see here this circle, this is a resistance circle here. If you move over this circle, the value of resistance remains the same. That value is equal to what? 1. Normalized, actually it is normalized resistance value 1. Okay, it is remain equal to 1. Similarly, if you take this circle, this is a resistance circle 1.2. Okay, now similarly all these circles are there. So this is a 3 circle, r is equal to 3 circle, this is a 5, and this is a 10, r is equal to 10 circle, like this. Okay, now what we want, 1.4 circle. 1.4 circle means this is the one. See, this is 1.2, this circle 1.2 circle, this is 1.4 circle, this is a 1.4 circle. This in between this and this one more circle is there here. Okay, but that number is not written here. It is not written here. Okay, don't take this one. Below numbers are for conductance. These values are for conductance circles. Okay, you should take the number written above, but it is not written. Okay, to avoid the congestion, they were not written. So what is that value? It is 1.4, 1.2. This is 1.3 here. So you should not take this. Okay, it is not passing through our point. You see 1.3 circle. Through this point it should pass 1.4. See 1.4. This is a 1.4 circle, and what we want, it should intersect with the 0.6 reactance circle. You see here reactance circles. Here the numbers are written. This is a point. Okay, 0.5, 0.4. Okay, and this is 0.3 circle, reactance circle. 0.2 reactance value is 0.2. This. Okay, 0.3 is this reactance circle. 0.4 is this one. Okay, 0.5 is this. This is 0.6. What we want? 0.6 here. So you move over this 0.6 circle. This 0.6 circle, see like this. See here, this circle intersect with the 0.4 circle. So this is a 1. This is our 0.4 circle R. So they are intersecting here. Okay, you mark that point, intersection of those two. Okay, this is 0.4 circle and this is a sorry, 1.4 circle. This is 1.4 resistance circle. 1.4 resistance circle. This is 0.6 reactance circle. They are intersecting here. So this is the point here. ZL is equal to 1.4 plus J 0.6. Okay, like this we have to mark. Similarly, any point I discussed in the earlier class, we can mark any point over the Smith chart. It is the intersection of two circles. Okay, you identify the circles values and take an intersecting point. Okay, like that. So this is and also we studied in the earlier class. So this is a marking. Load is given, we can mark that on the Smith chart. And we studied how to find the admittance at that particular position. That also we studied what is the admittance at this position. Okay, for that what we have to do, we should take a conductance value and a susceptance value passing through this point. Okay, you should see what is the conductance circle passing through this point and what is the susceptance circle through this point. Then we will be getting normalized admittance equivalent to this. This is the impedance given. What is the admittance corresponding to this? That you can easily find from here, from the Smith chart. Okay, it is intersection of conductance. You take a conduction circle passing through. This is a point now, impedance point. So which conductance circle is passing through this point? You have to see. See, this is the one. This circle. This is the circle, conductance, dotted circle passing through the point. Okay, and the conductance circle value is given here below. Here is 0.6. This is a point. This is 0.7. It is 0.5. So there are conductance circles are there here. This is a conductance circle. This is also a conductance circle. But our conductance circle passing through our point is this. Okay, this is a point. So what is the conductance value? It is 0.6. Okay, it is y is equal to 0.6 plus JB. B we have to find. G value found. This is 0.6. What is the B value? Again you find a susceptance circle passing through this point. Okay, susceptance circles are dotted lines again. See, like this. These are susceptance circles. See, this is a susceptance circle passing through it is not passing, it is susceptance circle. Okay, similarly this is also susceptance circle. See this is a susceptance circle and this is susceptance circle value is 0.3. okay, and this is 0.2, this susceptance circle. Okay, but this susceptance circle and this susceptance circle both not passing through our point, through this point. Okay, so what we have to do, you should try yourself one more line like this, one more circle. See, like this. Assume there is a one more circle passing. It is actually in between this 0.3 circle and a 0.2 circle. Susceptance values minus 0.3 and minus 0.2, because susceptance values are negative above. So it is minus 0.3, this is minus 0.2. So our circle, this is minus 0.3, this is minus 0.2. These two are not passing, but in between those two is passing. That may be 0.25 circle. You may, if you draw one more circle, it will be like this. It may be 0.25 circle. So our admittance value is conductance value 0.6 minus J, this value whatever is 0.25 minus J 0.5 susceptance value. So like that you can read the admittance, okay, at the position. What is, so you can easily convert that. See, once you are familiar with how to use this Smith chart, it is easy to do the one. Okay, but you should become familiar, and not, it doesn't take much time. Okay, I have given in the videos. If you watch videos, so easily you can understand that how to do that. Okay, and also again I repeated the same thing here. Okay, so find the conductance value and a susceptance value, put that is a admittance corresponding to this impedance. So like easily you can find that. That is one of the application of this Smith chart, ZY Smith chart. Okay, okay, is it okay? Hello, 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 audible, audible, Kishore?
I'm audible.
Audible. Okay. PPT also visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. So next, okay, that what we studied in the earlier class. How to do the admittance, how to mark the impedance, and how to obtain the admittance, equivalent admittance. That we studied. Okay. Now today we will see another application of a Smith chart. How this Smith chart can be used for other application. Okay, other application means, see, like this, our transmission lines find many applications in our RF and microwave circuit design, as we were discussing. Okay, and also we will see the applications also. It is in the 5th unit. All application we kept in the 5th unit. Okay, we will see that. But you should at least somehow introduction about a Smith chart we needed. That's why I am giving this. Okay. This another application of this ZY Smith chart is, see, as we were discussing in the earlier class, on the transmission line, if there is a reflection, so this is a transmission line, has a characteristic impedance Z0 and a propagation constant gamma. Because of a mismatch ZL with a Z0, there is a reflection. Because of reflection, there are two waves are there, and because of two waves propagating in the opposite direction, there is a standing wave like this, standing pattern on the transmission line. Okay, that we discussed. So this is a voltage waveform, and this is a current waveform, and also impedance also varies over the transmission line as you move, because voltage variation. See, this is a load point. If you move like this, if you move like this towards the generator, this is towards the generator we are moving. Okay, if you move like this, it is towards the load. See, you should be correct understanding here. You see, for example, if you are here at the some point x2, if you move towards right like this, towards, this is towards load. Okay, towards the load. From here, if you move like this, this is towards the generator. Okay, similarly from the load point, for example, this is a load point ZL. From here, if you move like this, this is towards the generator. Okay, this is towards generator. So as you move like this towards the generator, we will observe we are coming across maximum voltage, minimum voltage, and it varies like this. You see, it reaches a voltage as you move like this. Voltage is some value here, and it increases and reaches a maximum value, and it decreases and take some minimum value, and again it increases. And we discussed as current variation is opposite to that voltage variation. See, this is dotted one is current variation. Okay. Now, as we because voltage and current variations are there, and they are repeating every lambda by 2 distance. This is a from here one maxima to another one minima to another minima. Distance is lambda by 2, from year to year lambda by 2. Similarly, maxima to maxima also lambda by 2. The distance from one maxima to another maxima lambda by 2. They are repeating every lambda by 2 distance. Okay. So all possible voltage variations are within this lambda by 2. Okay, afterwards they simply repeats here like a circle. Okay, we are starting from a low bottom, we will reach the top, and again we will be coming to the bottom, and that will repeat. It is like a circle. Okay, variation, repetition is there, voltage repetition lambda by 2. But the distance between the minima and maxima, you see here, from minima to maxima, distance is lambda by 4. Because you see, in the problem also, yesterday quiz I have given, instead of distance between the two minimas, I gave distance between maxima and minima, that is lambda by 4 instead of lambda by 2. Okay, it is half of that, is correct, from year to year. From year to year is a lambda by 2. From year to year, it is automatically lambda by 4. That I have given in the yesterday quiz also. Okay, so you can, lambda by 2 means you can easily find what is the value of lambda. Okay, once you get a lambda, you can get a value of frequency. Okay, that problem I have given in the class, in the quiz. So impedance also varies. So, and also we studied when you move maxima, wherever maxima is there, impedance becomes maximum. See, at moving like that. At x1 impedance is maximum, you will find it increases, impedance increases. At a load point it is ZL, value equal to ZL, and as you move impedance changes, it doesn't become ZL, it changes because of a transmission line behavior, and it becomes maximum at this position X, that is maximum position. And as you further move, impedance decreases. See, as the voltage decreases, impedance decreases, and it takes a minimum value here at a voltage minima at x2, and again it repeats. Okay, and this load value repeats at x3, because from year to year is lambda by 2, from year to year lambda, where this ZL must repeat after lambda by 2. So at x3 it will repeat again, same value, voltage value here, same value will repeat again. Okay, repeat like so. That is a variation, and we studied maximum impedance Z maxima is given by R naught into S. We proved that in the theory class. Similarly, Z minima R naught by S. R naught by S is the minimum value. R naught by X is the R naught into X is the maximum impedance. At this position maximum, it is R naught into S. At this position R naught divided by S, it is the minimum impedance. Okay, that we studied, and also we proved R naught by S and R naught into S here. Okay, and in between that it varies. So minimum impedance and maximum impedance, they are real. Minimum impedance and maximum impedance are real. In between that, the impedance is a complex. See here, if you here it's a complex, any value it can take. But at this position and at this position, it is real. Sorry, at this x2 and x1, it is a real. R naught into S, R naught by S, they are real. Okay, like that. And to obtain that Z maxima and Z minima, what we have to do? We should take a value of R naught and multiply with a S. Similarly, you should take a value of this resistance and divide that by S. We have to do that. And also we cannot get this value. What is the values here? Somewhere, for example, I am moving from load ZL. What is the impedance here? Here we know that is R naught into S. But at some distance here, 0.1 lambda, what is the impedance here? For example, I want what is the impedance here? Okay, it is impedance is not equal to ZL, it is something. What is that value? If you move some distance, what is the impedance? That we should use this equation to calculate this. Okay, this is a complex equation. We have to do all these calculations. It will take time to do all these calculations. At a particular, for example, I want what is the impedance at 0.1 lambda, distance in terms of lambda. For example, if you take what is the value of impedance from the load, if you move some distance 0.1 lambda, what is the value of impedance? Okay, so that is difficult to do using this mathematical equations. Mathematical equations we have to use for that calculation. Okay, that is difficult. Okay, and then see these impedance value. If you know the distance, you can easily obtain what is the value of impedance at any distance from the Smith chart easily. See, if you know the value of distance, at what distance you are measuring impedance, okay, you can easily obtain the value of impedance without using these equations from the Smith chart. Okay? That we will see. See, this impedance, whatever variation here, as you move like this, you take any distance d. Okay, if you know the distance from the load, if you know the distance, okay, you can easily find the impedance at that particular position. See, for example, I want what is the impedance here at a distance, some distance, that easily you can find from the Smith chart. Okay, so how to do that we will see from the Smith chart. Okay, is it audible? Hello, Unnati?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Fine. Okay, like one of you at least answer to me. Okay. See here how to do that from the Smith chart. See, this is a Smith chart here. Okay, Smith chart, and I think numbers are clearly visible now. This cursor also visible, black it is now. Okay, these are the resistance, conductance and susceptance and reactance values written here. These are the susceptance and reactance values written. Okay, already we know how to read the values and all we studied. So now for this problem, see how to find the impedance. So as we move, like this is a load given, ZL is given, okay. If you move over the transmission line, impedance changes, okay. What is the value of impedance over this transmission line as you move? Load is connected at to 2 okay. That's why I have not shown here, okay. Load is this ZL is connected here, okay. As you move like this, impedance changes. What is the impedance at a different positions over this transmission line? See, as you move like this, so as you start moving from here, impedance changes, and whenever after lambda by 2 distance, same will be repeating. Starting from here, if you move, impedance changes, and as you travel a distance of lambda by 2, again impedance pattern whatever from here to here will repeat again, okay. That happens here. So we should see from the load point as you move up to lambda by 2, okay, what is the variation in the this impedance variation you see here. For example, if you are moving from here, this point to x3 from here to x3 is a lambda by 2 load. From the load I am taking, from the load distance is lambda by 2, okay. Here all possible impedance variations will take place as you move like this, okay. So starting from here, we are coming across maximum value of impedance and decreases, it reaches a maximum value, and further as you reach lambda by 2, this value ZL will repeat at x3, okay. So and after that what happens, the same values will repeat after here, okay, again up to here, okay. So impedance variation, all possible variations of impedance will take place from here load point to here lambda by 2 distance. So what are those variations? What is the value of impedances? Okay, that we'll see now how to do that from the Smith chart. What are the possible values of impedance variations as you move like this, okay, starting moving like this up to lambda by 2 distance from the load point as you move up to lambda by 2, what are the possible variations of impedance over the Smith chart, okay. And moving towards the generator, we are moving towards the generator, this is the generator, okay. We are moving like this, okay. That we will see now from here. So we are moving like this, okay. How impedance changes, that we can easily identify from the Smith chart. See, to do that, what we have to do, see, we have to mark this load, given load ZL on the Smith chart, okay. This is a way, okay. Already I told how to mark this. This is a 70 plus J30 is given, its normalized value this. So intersection of 1.4 resistance circle and a 0.6 circle, I already explained that, okay. So this is the intersection point, this is 1.4 circle, okay, and this is a 0.6 reactance circle, they are intersecting here. This is the load point, we have marked a load point. After marking load point, okay, what we have to do to see this impedance variation, all these things, you should draw a circle, see like this, take a center as a center of the Smith chart. See this point 110, resistance value 10 is there here, this point, it is a center of the Smith chart, okay. Conductance is also 1 year and resistance also 1 year at this position, resistance also 1 and conductance also 1 year. Conductance circle, this is a resistance, R is equal to 1 circle, it cuts the horizontal line. See, this is a horizontal, it's at the center of the Smith chart here, okay. This R is equal to 1 circle cuts here. Similarly, G is equal to 1 circle. See, this is a G is equal to 1 circle, 1 is there, okay. G is equal to 1 circle, this is also passing through this point. This point is a center of the Smith chart, okay. So this center, so you should take this point, okay, as the, okay, I will mark it as a some point, okay. This is some 0, and then the color I will take Okay, this point O is there. O, this is the point here. It is the center of the Smith chart. So what you have to do, you mark the impedance here on the Smith chart. Then take radius equal to from here to here. This point, load ZL. ZL is the point here. ZL point. O to ZL. O to ZL as a radius. Draw the circle. See like this. It is a circle. We will be getting a circle like this. This circle is called as VSWR circle. So mark the impedance and take a center of the Smith chart as the center, and radius is equal to center of from here to here, that is OZL as a radius. ZL point, this is ZL point, you take from here to here as a radius. Okay, and draw a circle like this. This is called as a VSWR circle. So on the Smith chart we have to draw the VSWR circle. Okay, if they ask you to draw VSWR circle, this is a VSWR circle. Okay, once we draw VSWR circle, see like this. From load point, we have drawn a VSWR circle like this. Okay, so this is a VSWR circle. Okay, this is a load point ZL. From load point, see this is a load point. From load point, you move towards the generator and the VSWR circle. See, from load here, you move over the VSWR circle like this. Okay, moving in the clockwise direction. From load point, move over the VSWR circle in the clockwise direction. See like this. This is nothing but moving on a transmission line from the load point. See this movement, whatever I am showing on the Smith chart, this is nothing but moving over a transmission line towards the generator. Okay, in the clockwise direction, starting from load, you should move in the clockwise direction. That movement is nothing but moving towards the generator on a transmission line. See like this. This is our transmission line. We start from the load. From the load, we are moving like this. This is a towards the source, towards the generator, or towards the source. Okay, starting from here, load, we are moving like this. So that is corresponding to moving like this over a VSWR circle. From the load, move over a VSWR circle in the clockwise direction. That means we are moving on a transmission line towards the source or towards the generator. Okay, so start from here and move like this, and if you go finally circle over the circle and come back to the same point here, come back to the same point here. Okay, that is nothing but, see here, starting from load, you move like this. Okay, once we travel a distance of lambda by 2, see from here, if you travel a distance of lambda by 2, that is x up to here, from here to here, x3 from the load, lambda by 2 distance. Okay, if you move like this, so that is nothing but you are starting from here, you move like this, you complete one circle. Select this, come back to the same point here. That is nothing but we are moving a distance of lambda by 2 from here. Let us go on increasing like this, you move like this. Okay, you are moving like this, starting from load, you move like this. It may be anywhere, this load point may be anywhere. Move in the clockwise direction. So distance increases over this. Once we complete this movement over a VSWR circle, that is nothing but we are traveling a distance of lambda by 2 over a transmission line from the load. And same value will repeat again, as I said, at x3, whatever the impedance here will repeat at x3, that is at a distance of lambda by 2. So moving on VSWR circle from the load and completing one complete circle, see like this. Okay, movement over the circle and coming back to this, that is nothing but moving a distance of lambda by 2 over a transmission line. Okay, so like that. So this is very important here. Okay, so as we move like this, okay, we are moving like this, and once we complete this, okay, like this, we are completing a distance of lambda by 2 on a transmission line. Okay, so within that distance from here to here lambda by 2, we are coming across all possible values of impedance variations. All possible impedance variations we can observe as we move like this up to lambda by 2. So it impedance increases, becomes maximum here, again decreases, becomes minimum here, and reaches a value equal to ZL here after lambda by 2. Okay, so that is like this. Starting on the Smith chart, draw VSWR circle and moving from load towards the moving in the clockwise direction. From like this only you should move, should not go, it is going behind our load. See, if you like this anti-clockwise direction, you should not go, you should move only in the clockwise direction and go like this. Okay, whenever you complete one circle complete like this, nothing but you are traveling a distance of lambda by 2 from the load point. Okay, so like that. So that is, and again after lambda by 2 values whatever will be repeating again. Okay, that's why here. Okay, it's a period it will repeat every lambda by 2 distance. So what we can observe here, impedance varies as you move over like this. It varies like this. That variation you can easily come to know. We can see the value, what is the value from here. You see here, as we move like this, you can easily read that value, what is the impedance at any position. So starting from load here, if you move like this, it is moving towards the generator. See, like we are moving from the load. So it is at some distance. This point is at some distance. This is at some distance. This is at some distance. Okay, a complete circle means it is a lambda by 2 distance. It may be some lambda 0.1, 0.2 lambda, 0.3 lambda, like this. So if you complete this 0.5 lambda, so here if you, this is this is starting 0, if you come to the half the value here, it is 0.25 lambda. See, from here 0.25 lambda here. It's correct, of the circle if you complete, because the full circle if you do like this, it is a 0.5 lambda by 2 distance. But if you go half of this way, this point for example, that is traveling from here and coming to here, it is nothing but lambda by 4. Lambda by 4 means 0.25 distance from here to here to here, and it is a 0.5 lambda, like that. Okay, so as you move like this, you can easily come to know what is the value of impedance here from the load. If you move, what is the impedance here, what is the impedance here, distance. Okay, complete circle is a lambda, 0.5 lambda, but what is the distance here? See, I am moving on a transmission line. Okay, if I move up exactly opposite I take here, I can say this total distance is equal to half of 0.5, that is a 0.25 lambda from 0.4 lambda by 4. This is a lambda by 2. If you travel half the distance, lambda by 4, that is 0.25 lambda. So if you move to the opposite of this, we can say it is a 0.25 lambda. But somewhere here or somewhere here, what is the distance? What is the distance here travel? I am traveling up to this point. What is the distance I traveled? How do you come to know that? For example, as I said, moving like this over the VSWR circle, nothing but we are moving over a transmission line. If you move like this is nothing but moving over a transmission line. That is, we are moving like this. Okay. So distance, some distance I traveled. I distance. What is the distance here? That how do you come to know the distance? That you can easily come to know. This any distance you see. For example, I am here. At what distance I am from the load? See, this is the load point. Okay. I will be traveling like this. I am going in the clockwise direction. That is nothing but moving on a transmission. I moved some distance. Now I stopped here. What distance I traveled from here to here? That you can easily find out from the Smith chart. Okay, at any point we can stop. For example, I am stopping here on the Smith chart on this circle. That is some point. What is the distance from here to here? Okay, so that you can easily find out from the Smith chart. For that, there is a scale is there on the Smith chart. Okay, okay. Is it audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am,
Is
audible.
it audible?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Hello, audible or not?
You're audible, ma'am.
Audible, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Shilpa Shri, is it audible? Is it audible? Hello, hello, answer one of you.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Audible. Oh, sorry, myself.
You are audible, ma'am.
Oh, okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, I myself reduced volume. That's why I could not. Okay, so okay. Can you get what I am saying? Are you understand? Is it understandable? Hello. Is it okay? What I am explaining? Can you able to catch up with what I am saying now? Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see the numbers? What I am showing on the speed chart? This cursor movement, especially.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now you see, this as I said, I am moving over this. Okay, and see, as we move like this, impedance changes. At some point, impedance is maximum. Okay, at some point, impedance is minimum. Okay, as we know on the transmission line, see, it becomes a minimum here. That is a minimum over all the values, whatever you observe here at the minimum position, and maximum impedance always at this position, maximum position, maximum impedance. So there are on the Smith chart, you see here on the Smith chart, as you move like this, okay, that maximum impedance and minimum impedance we can easily find. See, as you move like this, starting from here load, we are moving like this. Moving clockwise means we are moving on a transmission line towards the generator. For example, I stop here somewhere. What is the impedance at this? Assume it is some distance I traveled. I want to find out. I traveled some distance here. I want to find out what is the impedance here. How do you find that impedance at this position? For example, I want the impedance. What is the impedance? I don't know what distance. We will see that how to measure. But I traveled some distance. I stopped here. What is the impedance at this position? What is the impedance here? That distance here. What is that impedance? How to read that? You can easily read it from the Smith chart, because impedance at any position is the intersection of reactance and resistance value at this position. You take a point over here. Here. What is the impedance here? Sorry, okay, you take this easily. Okay, what is the impedance at this position? It is the intersection of resistance circle and the reactance circle. What is the resistance value? You read. Resistance value is 1.8 at this position. This is a 1.8 circle. That 1 point circle is passing through this point. Okay, approximately I am taking. Okay, and 1.8 is the resistance value. What is the reactance circle passing through this point? You read. See, this is a point. This is a circle. Okay, passing. What is the reactance value of this circle? You read it. It is 0.2. 0.2 reactance circle and 1.8 resistance circle passing through this point. Approximately I am taking, not exactly. Okay, 1.8 and 0.2 is the reactance value. So impedance at this position you can read. Similarly, at any point, okay, for example, I am somewhere here, impedance. Okay, I am putting some point, a circle, impedance at some position. For example, here. Okay, what is the impedance at this position? I traveled some distance. See, like this, from here I am moving like this. That is, I am moving like this over a transmission line. I am moving like this. I stopped somewhere. Okay, I want to find out what is the impedance. I am moving like this. I stopped somewhere here. Okay, that is like this. What is the impedance here? What is the impedance here? That we cannot see here. We have to use this equation. Distance we have to know, up to what distance we moved. Distance we know, and using this equation we can find out the what is the impedance here. But Smith chart we can easily obtain that. See, distance, some distance you move. What is the impedance at that distance? We can easily read that from the Smith chart. What is that value? See, it is the reactance and resistance value at this position. Read the value of resistance and the reactance at this position. That gives the impedance at this position. Okay, what is that value here? See, what is the resistance value? You see the resistance circle passing through this point. So that is here 1.4. This is 1.4 circle. R value is 1.4. And what is the X value? You see the reactance circle passing through this. See, this is the reactance circle. This reactance circle is passing. What is that value of reactance? Okay, this is zoomed out. I cannot see. Yes, some value is there. So reactance circle value. See like this. It is around 0.8 or 0.7. I think maybe 0.7 circle. 0.7 reactance value is 0.7. In the full Smith chart you can see I have taken only half the part, that's why you cannot see this below value. Okay, reactance circle value you take, this is a reactance value. Okay, that value is written here and also it is written here. To avoid a confusion I did not say about these reactance values. Okay, so reactance value is written at the here in this way. You note down that is approximately 0.7 reactance value, and resistance value is 1.4. So 1.4 minus 0.7, because this is a reactance value is a 0.7. So at this position the impedance is that value, like easily we can read. So wherever you move, wherever you stop, whatever the impedance there you read, that is the impedance of the transmission line. So as we move like this, at any point we can find out the impedance like this. This is nothing but moving on a transmission line. You can stop anywhere and you can measure what is the impedance at this position. So I am moving like this and I stopped here. What is the impedance? I traveled some distance. See like this. What is that distance? We will see afterwards. So I moved like this, some distance. This is the one. So this is some distance I moved, that I will see. I will tell you how to do that. Okay. So this is what is the impedance here? We can easily read, because intersection of reactance circle and the resistance circle. Resistance circle value, reactance circle value at that particular position you read. That gives the impedance at that position. Similarly, any point, see here. Here, what is the impedance here? Some distance we traveled, for example here. What is the distance here? Read the reactance circle value, resistance circle value at this position. Resistance value is 1.8. What is the reactance? Reactance circle, if this is a circle, this is a x is equal to 0 circle. X is equal to 0 circle. Okay, reactance 0, resistance is 1.8. 1.8 plus J0. This point, impedance at this position. Impedance here, like this, impedance at any point over the circle we can read. This is VSWR circle. That means impedance on the transmission line. This is nothing but reading the impedance on this circle means impedance impedance on the transmission line. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so nothing but okay, so now how to get a distance. For example, I am moving, okay, this one this no problem. Okay, for example, I am traveling a distance of from here to here. See, I am moving from here to here. Okay, see, that is up to this point. Okay, instead of this point here, I am moving this point to here. What is the impedance here? Okay, at this position, if you move a distance here, what is the impedance here? As I said, it is a resistance circle value 1.8 and the reactance circle is passing. This is a reactance circle. Okay, this one. It is a, this one is not passing. You see, this is reactance circle. It is not passing through this point. And this is a reactance. It is also not passing. This reactance circle, it is x is equal to 0 circle. That is passing. So impedance at this position is 1.8 plus J0 impedance at this position. Okay, I stopped some distance here. Moving from here to here, I stopped here. I am measuring impedance here. Okay, that is the impedance. You can read that is a which resistance circle passing through this, which reactance circle is passing through that. You read and put that value. That gives the impedance at this position. Now, what is the distance from here to here? From here to here, that we should know. What up to what distance we traveled from load to reach this position, that you can easily find. See like this, we moved, we stopped somewhere. See like this, what is the distance from here to here? That is from the scale available on the Smith chart. You see here, wavelength towards the generator, wavelength towards the generator, it is written here. Can you see this? Hello, wavelength towards the generator. Hello, hello, audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
This is wavelength towards the generator. Okay, starting from here is zero value. Okay, actually the distance we are measuring in terms of wavelength, not in terms of centimeter or a meter. Wavelength, in terms of wavelength, it is a general scale. Okay, at what distance you are from the load in terms of wavelength, 0.1 lambda, just a lambda value you multiply, we will be getting actual distance. Okay, so 0.1 lambda, it may be 0.3 lambda, like that. So moving here means it is nothing but in terms of wavelength. So we traveled some distance here. What is the distance we moved here? That we can easily you can come to know from this scale. See here, wavelength towards the generator, starting 0 here. Okay, so this point values are written here. You see, 0.04, 0.05 here. So this is 0.04, this is 0.03 here, because these letters are written, it is not shown here. Okay, 0.03 is this. This is 0.0 2, 0.01 is this, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.5, 0.05 wavelength number. Okay, 0.05 lambda. Okay, so from here, from some reference, this is a reference point. Okay, wavelength towards the generator, it's written wavelength towards the generator. Some number is 0 is starting of that scale starting is 0 here. Scale starts with a 0 here, and you move like this, scale value here 0.04, 0.05. So from one division to next division, 0.01 is the difference from here to here. Okay, if you move from here to here, the distance traveled is 0.01 from here to here. Okay, distance between these 2 points. Similarly, if you travel a distance of 10 divisions, see from here here anywhere. Okay, 10 divisions means 0.1 lambda. Okay, so like this, starting from here, you move like this. Okay, you can see here, if you move, the value here is 0.25. Okay, here you see 0.25, starting from here 0, wavelength towards like this. If you come here is a 0.25 lambda, one half cycle if you complete 0.25 lambda, that is quarter wavelength, lambda by 4. And again from here to here, again up to here 0.25 lambda, totally entire this is a 0.5 lambda, starting from here if you move like this. Okay, scale, it is a scale is provided. Okay, so like this scale is there, and you see here you are moving. Where is our load? At some point 0.19 lambda. See, 0.19 lambda here, but it is a little bit see this is our point load. This is load here. Okay, I want a scale for measurement. Okay, you can take this scale towards the generator scale only we have to take, because we are moving towards the generator clockwise direction. Okay, so this you draw a line passing through our load point. See like this, to touch the wavelength scale here. See, this is a wavelength scale. Okay, towards generator wavelength scale is here. This is the one. Okay, so from the center passing through the point, you draw a line. It touches the wavelength scale somewhere here. You read our load is started from here. 0.19 here. Okay. It is 0.19 here. The distance, sorry, some scale is there. Okay, 0.19 is a scale. Our loads 0.19, but not exactly at 0.19. One division ahead. See, it is one division ahead. That means each division from here to here. For example, if you move from here to here, see, if you move from here to here, 0.01, any bigger division from here to here, it is 0.01 lambda. But a small division movement, for example, from here to here, it is 0.02 lambda. Okay, if you move from here to here, small division 0.002 lambda, 0.002 lambda if you move from here to here. So this point is 0.192 here. This point is 0.192. Where we are at a scale point of 0.192. 0.192. 0.9 is this, but a little bit higher we are, one division. One division means here 0.002. So to this we should add 0.002. So it becomes here 0.0192 at this position. So we are at that position on the scale. Okay, so now what we are doing from here 0.192, we are moving a distance, some distance we moved here. So what is that value here? Here it is a 0.025 actually, here last 0.23. Okay, here is a 0.25, 0.25. Where we are here, you moved some from here to here. Okay, to this point, to reach this point, you try again a line like this. Wavelength scale, you see what is the reading on the wavelength scale. That is a 0.25 actually, 0.25. So from 0.192 we moved a distance of, what is the distance? 0.25. Then we can easily come to know what is the distance from here to here. What is the distance from here to here? So we started from 0.192 here, the distance, and we traveled some distance. What is the value here? It is 0.25. 0.25 minus 0.192 gives the distance from here to here. Okay, like easily we can measure it towards the wavelength scale. So we take a wavelength scale here. Okay, just from center passing through the load, you try a line to the wavelength scale. It touches somewhere. You note down the reading, whatever the reading there, and from there we traveled some distance here to here. What we wanted, how much distance we traveled from load to here, we want to know. Again you try a line passing through this point where we want to find the distance, impedance. You try a line, it touches the some wavelength scale somewhere. You note down the reading, it is 0.25 here. So from here we traveled a distance up to 0.25. Okay, the reading here is 0.192. Okay, here is 0.25. Take a difference. That gives the distance from here to here, or distance from here to here. Okay, like that easily we can measure. Anywhere we may be here. Then what we have to do? From center you try a line to the wavelength scale. Read the value there. Take a difference of the value here and here. From the what is the value of wavelength scale at the load point? What is the wavelength value at the wherever you are? Okay, that gives the distance from here to here. So we may stop anywhere. Okay, and we can find what is the distance from there to here from the wavelength scale here. Okay, that I have made here. See, I want impedance here. Okay, I stopped here. What is the distance from here to here? I have drawn one more line passing through here. It is intersecting here. It is 0.25. Here it is 0.192. So take a difference. We will be getting 0.058 lambda. 0.058 lambda from here to here. Okay, you can do that. Okay. Okay. In the our next class 3. Okay, we have class at 3 o'clock. I think. Hello. Is it audible? Hello.